Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles, the elders, salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching and truth and sincerity. Lesson will be entitled, It's Over. Will you are edified. Video was inspired by multiple videos from the platform TikTok for our use.
Mark Sanchez is
major breaking news as many airports across the country are now facing temporary closures due to the government shutdown and simple staffing shortages, as many air traffic controllers are calling out sick, using unscheduled sick days right now during the shutdown. They're not getting paid, so they're not coming in. Nashville International Airport has just shut down for an estimated 5 hours, which is going to cause major delays. Ground delays for flights heading to Nashville are expected to last around 2 hours on average. Chicago's O'Hare International Airport is expected to not have enough controllers tonight and is going to have delays and possibly shut down for up to 9 hours. Chicago O'Hare is one of the busiest airports in the country with over 1,000 flights per day, and they are estimating ground stops that for flights going to the airport to average around 41 minutes in delays. Houston, Newark, Las Vegas, Boston, Atlanta, Philadelphia, Dallas, and both airports in Houston are all expected to have staffing shortages and major delays this evening and into tomorrow. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy even just said that the air traffic controllers are just calling in sick, that they are worried about how they're going to make ends meet, how they're going to put food on the table, how they're going to pay their mortgage. They haven't missed a paycheck yet, but they are going to miss their next one, and that's what they are all so concerned about. And hopefully this raises greater awareness in this country that if an air traffic controller has to live paycheck by paycheck, we've got some major problems going on here, folks, because air traffic controllers should be able to miss a paycheck or two and still be able to make ends meet, right? I mean, that's how it should be for everyone, but that's not how it is now. Inflation is through the roof, expenses are on the rise, healthcare costs are going to shoot up if the Republicans don't get back to the table and
embrace the squeeze, right? Second video. San Diego Airport TSA pre-check line out the door and all the way across the bridge at 4:45 a.m. on Friday morning.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per
American Airlines really had us sleeping on the floors after canceling all our flights to Texas, then having everyone on standby for a flight. And Salakia, I will change the title for this video to This is America.
Let me just ask you what you're hearing at work, both from leadership and your friends, your coworkers, the rank and file. What are the concerns and expectations?
So thanks for having me, Chris. So it's not fair that TSA officers are put in this situation which seems like every couple months now because of the budget. TSA officers, we work in a high-stress job, and we're trained to work in a stressful environment. But to add to their stress, have them worrying about how they're going to get paid, pay their bills, feed their families, isn't fair. Last year, TSA officers found almost 7,000 guns, right? And 94% were loaded. They have to
Wait
be
a minute,
on top
can
of
you
their
say
game.
that again? 7,000 guns, and how many were loaded?
Almost 7,000. 94% of them were. 94% were loaded.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have to be on top of our game, right? You know, and we don't need the
I like that very much.
stress of. missing pay. Yeah, right. So the risk of a possible security event gets higher and higher as this goes on because of the added stress, right? Like so the air traffic controllers aren't getting paid also. So you have the officers checking your bags for weapons, right? And the air traffic controllers all worried about when they're going to get paid. I wouldn't want to fly in that situation. I wouldn't want to fly if the pilot wasn't getting paid.
Well, let me just ask you what your
It's a great point. There's one more. Oh yeah, check this one out.
So, unfortunately, we do not have
3 days, no hotel, no flight. At this point, I deserve a paycheck, not a boarding pass.
any hotels in our system for tonight. However, if you do buy your own hotel, we do have
Go fuck
a
yourself!
voucher to give you for $200. United will refund.
Go eat a dick, you
Hi.
piece of shit!
If you are interested in the voucher, please come see us here.
Shut up!
Yeah, where are all these people supposed to go get a fucking hotel? They don't even have cars or transportation to get there. So they get your $200 voucher and take it to a hotel? Go fuck yourself.
And this is the result of having that poor Lord that he was Howard and it's only going to get worse. This is America. Again, this is America. All right, so let's go to is it 2nd Ezra chapter 15. And verse 17. Again, 2nd Ezra 15 and 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. We are seeing the prelude to this prophecy, okay? And ultimately, you can equate this to smart cities. People that don't have the microchip, okay, will not have access to these smart cities. And another point is, during these shutdowns, it's going to be a time frame where you're going to want to leave your city and you're going to have checkpoints, all right? And some people will be arrested. Some people will be shot and killed there, okay? And then some people will just avoid that situation by trying to escape by not going through it. We see this in movies all the fucking time. Okay, and movies is nothing but another tool for what? Predictive programming. Esau telling the public, okay, what he is about to do before he does it, because a part of Satanism, you have a thing called karma, okay, meaning that you inform the people because you don't want bad karma to come back on you. All right, so again, 2nd Ezra 15 and 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Look at all these individuals at these airports. They want to get home, okay? They're attempting to visit a place and they can't even do it. Again, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Let's go into these government shutdown. So what is a government shutdown? A government shutdown happens when the government temporarily stops or reduces its operations because it runs out of legal authority to spend money. This usually occurs when Congress fails to pass funding bills called appropriations, or the president refuses to sign them into law. Airports are affected during a government shutdown because many of the people who keep them running are federal employees, and some of them might be furloughed, sent home without pay, or forced to work without pay until funding is restored. Key airport roles affected: TSA agents, which are security screeners. They are considered essential workers, so they must keep working, but during a shutdown, they don't get paid on time. So these TSA workers that are employed are not getting paid. As the shutdown drags on, some may call in sick, quit, or refuse overtime, which causes longer security lines and delays. Air traffic controllers, also essential, so they continue working without pay. Air traffic control is critical for safe takeoffs, landing, and flight paths. Low staffing or stress can increase the risk of delays or safety issues. And the FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, many of its functions like training, certifications, and airport inspections are paused that can delay flight approvals, new routes, or safety updates. Why it matters. Even though planes keep flying, the stress, low morale, and reduced staff can lead to long lines at security, flight delays or cancellations, slower responses to emergencies or technical issues, and increased risk of accidents if safety is compromised. And that's why that second white guy stated what? I wouldn't want to fly under these circumstances. Okay? So this is America, right? And we know ultimately it's all about what? Of course, Job 5 and verse 12, he disappoint the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. That enterprise is referring to what? The attainments of the new world order. All right, so let's go to Isaiah 19. You know what? Let me change that. Proverbs chapter 29 verse 2. When the righteous are in authority. Okay, so let me read that again. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. So we will see this in the kingdom of heaven. These other nations will rejoice under, okay, the rulership of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Okay, beginning with Yahushua and the who? 144,000. So the earth will rejoice. The people will rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, such as the Edomites, right, the people mourn. And who are being affected? The people. Okay, the people are mourning under the rulership of Esau. And it's only going to get worse because Trump is nothing but a puppet. And his strings is being pulled so he can lead, okay, these Americans into the avenue of the new world order, right? So let me go to Isaiah chapter 19. And this is the time frame we're coming to. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, employment, Egypt, modern day America, which the head or tail, now the head or tail, top or bottom. So you have what? Your upper class, you have your middle class, you have your working class, and you have your lower class. All these classes are being affected. Okay, branch or rush may do. So rush in the Hebrew means lowly, right? And branch meaning your nobility, okay? So everyone is going to be affected. And it's starting now. You got people in the upper middle class has been living from credit card to credit card to credit card to credit card. And I researched this through the spirit, like probably almost like a year and a half, 2 years ago. And think about it now. Things have gotten much worse, much worse. Okay? So we're coming into some perilous times, but these times are needed for our salvation. Lord will, this was Edifying Shalom.